Hey everybody. Welcome back to the endless struggle. The factory is still comprehensively broke. The reason for this is almost certainly yours truly. But today, the dinging, it haunts our every waking moment, every alarm going off that is possible to go off right now. We have to be calm. We have to be calm. We have to be calm. If we're not calm, the factory won't be calm. We must manifest the workings of the factory by our demeanor and attitude. We will fix this problem with the raw strength of positive thinking. We can make this work. It'll be fine. It's just completely and utterly ruined right now. In the annals of being completely and utterly ruined, I would like to show that not only are we backing off betting, we're just backing off Auog food right now. I have completely underestimated how expensive all this is. This is, of course, my own fault, because if I'd used a factory calculator, like basically everyone recommends, I probably wouldn't have gotten into this mess. But I don't like modding my mods. I would prefer not to do that. If the Pi team wanted me to use a factory calculator, they would have packaged it as a dependency, you know? It's a dumb way of looking at it, but it is what I do, so I'm not gonna shy away from it. So, what we're gonna do now... Oh, we can't get rid of all of it. Some of it's for the Augs. We're just gonna go full back to level 1 recipes for absolutely everything. We probably should be getting a dedicated flora line in for these guys. In fact, that's probably a really good idea to do right now. Here, let's do that while we're here. Dedicated flora line. And then later on, we're going to approach this problem from a different vector altogether. We're going to go for true artisanal zero input Augs made directly on the flora patch, like nature intended it to be. All the Auog wants is to wallow in flora and also consume it, possibly rubbing it all over its body in a slightly creepy manner. That's all the Auog wants. This is a bit of high-tech, late stage thinking coming to help. The dedicated flora line around the back to give the thing that the machine disproportionately needs. Alright, better? So now you should never be short of flora, because you have a dedicated flora line in the back. Okay, you should all just be going. Every last one of you. You're having trouble venting. Putting little Augs on the belt, you're doing so good. Alright. We're just going to leave this alone. Just, there's nothing more that can be expected of us. My thoughts on this are kind of really somewhat depressed. On one hand, animal life has 3 vectors on which you can scale it. 1, you can get better modules. 2, you can get better buildings, which accept more modules. And 3, you can get better recipes. But time and time again, I'm finding that the better recipe is simply a trap. It's very difficult to sustain. When you're not paying attention at all, at least. Maybe that has something to do with it. So here, okay, wait a second, get out here. Augs all back to level 1. Give up. Done. I have given up. And we're going to need even more petri dishes. We have to. Let's get this out of the way, though. We need a sulfuric line for aramid fiber. Aramid fiber is pretty important. And sulfuric lines are absolutely everywhere. Oh, we actually found the exact spot. Nice. See, we have sulfuric coming in right now, but we can do still better, I think. In that, I'm pretty sure that if we just come south, I should start aggressively pushing out and taking flora patches. Right here, in fact. Look at this. Look how this thing is right here. And it doesn't have huge pressure in it, mind. But it's now a direct line. I suppose this doesn't have to exist anymore. Oh, there's just a bunch coming in. This is good to see. Is you just get... Oh, none of you have very much. How is that possible? You saw that. There was a whole bunch of deliveries for basically nothing. There should have been threshold issues. Oh, okay, wait a second. It dumped it right back into this line. All right, so if you... Yeah, it dumped it straight back in. So this has to go away. Because it's probably just cycling in circles, the sulfuric acid, you know? Alright, we're going to leave that alone for right now, and we're going to let this go. This is all completely full for the moment, and that's fine. Okay, we did that. There aren't a lot of things to do right now, but they're all super important. Where are more flora patches? I want to push out and take large flora patches. It's too far. It's Timmy. Yes, the big joke. We're going to make Fidai soon. I could use this, but it's in the way of civilization is the problem. We'll eventually come to envelop that. Like, I'm going to start just hooking up native flora directly to an Auog maker. Like, right here. And then we're just going to make and slaughter Augs. And then we'll take the meat and we'll put a dedicated line in. And it's just going to be a amped up meat maker. This probably can be used too. But the thing is, I thought about coming on this, on the south side of the factory. But, I don't know how, I don't want to pipe the Augs anywhere. I want to pipe the finished products down the digestion line. So it's going to be like right here. I feel like this is too low. Like I might want to build up on these. I don't know. Especially for sponges. Because sponges don't scale any other way. Maybe I will work with that when it happens. Maybe I don't care about it right now. I don't know. That's a problem for after these problems. Let's go address mushrooms. We still have mushroom problems. In fact, we're going to have more mushroom problems today. Because we're making just enough mushrooms. Just enough. And you know what? That's not good enough. I get no points for solving a problem exactly. I only get points for the problem not existing anymore. I can probably finish off 2 for this too. Those have been hanging for a while. So there's no point in calibrating this finely to the... Here, we're going to need just more. Just give me more. Calibrating it very, very closely to be just the perfect, to the decimal place. No. You get the same amount of points for just obliterating it, for making 3 times as much as you ever needed. And you know what? That really is my mood right now. I am not particularly interested in gently and calmly solving the exact... Oh, right, nice. That solved almost the exact problem. I want to blow this problem out of the water. I want there to be generational trauma from the extent which I'm solving this problem. All right, so we need more spores, I think. You need to be turned up. It's a long belt now, so I shouldn't feel bad about just adding more and more. All right, and I do think I have to investigate every single hand again. Because I remember looking. It's like all these guys are going. I'm looking for jammed hands. So we're just following this belt. We're going to be doing this for a little bit, boys and girls. I noticed a few jammed hands the other day. And unfortunately, That means I have to go fix it. No, everything's good here. You're good. All of these guys are good. Kind of expect... No, wait. That one's bad. That one's bad. Okay, okay, that one's bad. See? See? I knew there was a purpose to looking here. And these guys are all bad. Why? I don't even know. Alright, are you trying to vent anything else? Yeah, this guy's bad too, and I walked right by him. Ugh. Perception failure. Alright, let's just keep looking with our meat eyes. See, you are bad for another reason. I wish I could detect that. Maybe I'll go through a second time after all this, making sure to paste the... See, the problem is here too. Making sure to paste the correct stack size everywhere. So this is just my life for a while. Maybe I don't need to make another mushroom block. If so many of these are functionally offline and we're still doing alright. Yeah. There's lots here that are doing just fine. Or, okay, we're not participating in the system, and we're building sulfuric again. If that holds up across the next block, maybe I can let go on putting on another block for a bit. I wouldn't mind that. Alright, we're just gonna glance at all of these, like we do. It's getting... I don't know what time you're watching this. Actually, I think by the time you watch this, the event will already have passed. Actually, yeah. Because what's coming is the Final Fantasy Tactics remaster is coming out. And I spent several months early this year just like jonesing hard to play FFT again. It's been a long time. And it's one of those games I just every once in a while revisit. And it was like, do I have time? I'm doing this Pyanodons thing, and I'm pretty much completely maxed out on free time on it. Do I really have time to step back and do another game? And then they came out with a remaster, and I'm like, I understand, Nintendo. My choice has been made for me. There was never any choice to begin with. I understand now. So, okay, that's fine. That is just fine. Except for you, dear viewer. You might be more of a Pyanodons fan than you are a Watching Me fan, which is completely understandable. Maybe the soothing sound of my voice when juxtaposed against screaming anime characters from Final Fantasy Tactics will not be quite as restful as the steady hum of the factory. And I get it. Like, none of these should be bad because they were never ever running the bad recipe, right? So they cannot eject. They cannot get stuck. All right, so we just added like, I want to say like 2/3 of a block. All right, now we need other stuff. Okay, that's not what I want to do. That was not quite the opposite, but it definitely wasn't what I want to do. Here, we're just going to copy and paste you. I want you to do biomass. And you, I want you to do improve substrate. But man, I'm really looking forward to playing this game again. I'm sorry if it ruins your experience here on this channel, but I'm going to be going... by the time you're watching this, I have already gone to every other day. FFT Pyanodons. And that's just how it's going to be for a while. I figure there's like probably 80 days of content, 80 episodes worth. It's just kind of well, I don't know. I'm going to try to stick for the 2-hour 2-hour episode format. I feel like that's a healthy amount of video games to play. Makes me feel nice and rested at the end. It's enough time to get through a couple accomplishments. Why are we not getting enough spores? We still aren't... The spores aren't penetrating up top still. So there's nothing for it but more spores, right? In fact, let's just turn this up. Just all the spores. Maximum spore density, please. And it doesn't seem to be a problem on the substrate side, but it might be. Well, that wasn't even unreasonable, because it needs 3 more spores than substrate, and honestly, I should probably put still more spores on this. Here. Let's do that and see what happens. I have to keep telling myself that this is a long belt, just naturally, and it goes 3 blocks, so it's an extra long belt. I'm still not going here, and these have this has 0 products finished. That's because the spores just aren't penetrating. Okay, so this should ramp up even farther, hopefully. Oh, I see we've gotten all the spores on the belt that we can make. Alright, I understand. Oh, and it's speed module already? Okay. That's a problem for me, isn't it? It's almost 6K. Alright, we're gonna leave this alone. Audit... Oh, we're not done auditing everything. But yeah, I don't know how it's gonna go after that. I am deeply committed to finishing this run, and I want to finish this run before the space expansion comes out. But I don't know how that's going to work, especially if I'm going half-time on each game. I figure I probably have at least another 600 hours of this to go. And that's a lot of hours. So I'll be able to get through FFT and then decide what I want to do next, whether I want to keep doing a split game form. I suppose it really depends on what the reaction is. Like, I know I played through Book of Hours early last year, and just nobody watched it at all, which is fine. It's no problem with me. I readily admit that game format is not for a lot of people, but it is specifically for me. Like, a game about collecting and reading rare books in order to peel back the secret skin of the world and then control it through mystical and occult means. Yeah, I'll play that game. I'll play that game a lot. And I did, and no one cared, because it's not very watchable. It's very non-watchable, actually. It might be a good Twitch game as opposed to a YouTube game where you can get some audience interaction going. There's a lot of puzzling, there's a lot of theorying. Like, I didn't go to any wikis or anything. I went in totally blind, which was how you should definitely play all the games by the Weather Factory. Learning how to play the game is the game. So if someone tells you how to play the game effectively, they've essentially just dropped enormous spoilers on you. Like, the entire thing about Book of Hours is that it, in my opinion, it very effectively simulates the activity that the game is about. So in, like, you know, your normal Call of Duties, your Dooms, the activity is running around with heavy ordnance, shooting demons. And you do this by sitting still and clicking buttons on with your keyboard and mouse. The activity you're doing, shooting things, and the activity that you're actually doing, sitting at your desk pressing buttons, are two very, very, very different things. And it's just, they don't have the correct feel at all. These guys are out of line. Look at how they're just putting individuals on the belt. Book of Hours, and to some extent Cultist Simulator, are the exact opposite. Cultist Simulator is about figuring out how the world works, the supernatural elements that are determining the fate of the world and you and everyone in it, while you try to rebuild a giant English occult library in a mansion which burned down, and you're trying to pick up the pieces. So you're trying to, like, I suppose sitting at your desk isn't really very similar to home renovation. Speaking as a man who has several projects going, not the same thing at all. All right, we did all that. However, reading a lot of books, trying to find similarities and discontinuities between different texts, trying out different things to see if they would have more or less, greater effect, trying to see if one thing is related to another thing, coming up with a theory and then rushing off to test it. That's very much the style of, it's what you're doing when you're playing this video game, and it's what the video game is about. It's about unraveling mysteries and discovering things. And the way you play the game is by unraveling mysteries and discovering things. So there's a very large, very solid alignment right there, which I really appreciate. However, no one else does, which is sad. All right. We did that. We did that. We did that for right now. We're just going to leave it for the moment. Let's take a look. So, in the before time, we were probably managing, I don't know, 4,000 per minute sustained. Now we've got that, and we're trickling up probably to 5K once everything's done. So it's still a net positive. Oh, I guess the thing to look at is sulfuric. Okay, there we go. That's what we want to see. Pegged out. All this periodic nonsense, nah, don't want it. No, we want it pegged. And we'll be checking in on this periodically. What is my test? Okay, first off, are we making gastrocapacitors? No, and animal samples were... Oh, yes, we are making gastrocapacitors. Okay, good. Good. So this is going to shut up soon. Science is, of course, completely ruined. Because of blood, because I haven't implemented the direct download Auog yet. And you're waiting on blood. Yeah, this is just don't have enough blood. Alright, acceptable, sorta. Aramid fiber is a big problem. And right now you are stopped because no terephthalonyl chloride. Terephthalonyl chloride. Yeah, I understand why they put an acronym for that one. We could probably up this by upgrading this. We got a new recipe, right? Yatoi low. We just got this, and the new recipe is... Oh, wow, that's harsh. 5 fertilizer. Ouch. It goes from simple to very complicated. That's 6 solid ingredients and 5 fertilizer. Wow. Maybe I should uplift first. I think I should definitely do that. Wait a second. Does the upgraded fruit rot? Oh, it does. You better be able to shuck that immediately. No, wait, what? What? No. Oh, you can shuck it immediately. Okay. Jeez, don't do that. And you get to a stable form, and that's the seeds. And the seeds, you need a couple of these to grow, but by that time it's fine. We should do that. Because this is a much easier way to double the speed here than to use the next recipe. And as I've learned, the new recipes are just traps. Alright, so just be at peace for that. And I suppose the thing to do now is to fix... No, we're going to do potatoes. It's to fix plutonium. There we go. So we don't have good potatoes. Did I ever... uplift Tufra? I can't remember. Tufra. No, no. No, I never did. It's still on my list. So I need to actually just put in potatoes. Well, it's no good. Anyway, if you like mystery, it's like a puzzle mystery game. Very slow, about reading books and mystic arts and secrets that the world itself doesn't want anyone to discover. The world is in fact mandated that it must be suppressed. That's not eliminated, mind you. It must be suppressed. And crossing over into lines into things you are expressly forbidden to know. Because they're really fun. It's not a game where you can lose. It's not a game where you can die. It's just a game where you cannot perceive the world clearly enough, and so you do not get the right ending. But if you would have gone back with the correct knowledge, you would get the good ending. I think I need one of these or two of these. Let's take two. What got blown up? We're gonna fix this. Oh god, it's hideous. So we need a couple of those. Yeah, we need two of these, one of those. We have to pick all of this up. Oh my god, how are we going to manage that? Well, for one thing, I am not. The bots are going to do this for me. Not least because I am far too twitchy to manage it on my own. This is funny. Alright, put the stuff back, guys. Okay. So, there's an issue here in that I need them to put this down. But they're not doing it, and I'm a little too pent up. Okay. These guys are seriously committed to picking up each and every one of these, aren't they? This is... Okay, guys. Guys, this is not... I suppose it is okay. Well, I suppose it is something to watch. It's much easier for me, actually. Problem is I gotta go everywhere. Alright, we're gonna turn personal logistics off, and we're gonna be a vacuum cleaner. We are now vacuum cleaner simulator. Yeah, sure. Just everything. I don't... Energy drink is actively harmful at this point. I wonder if I'm full up on all this stuff, you know? I put in that second bin to hold the Americium. However, I'm not sure if it ever got stopped up fully. I know I can make fuel rods Mark II now, because I do have access to advanced, coated container. Even though coated container is extremely expensive right now, and I can't really make it because lack of petri dishes. Can you believe it? I have too much. Oh, we're all out of power. When that happens, that is literally it. These guys cannot help anymore. And so, I think it's even nighttime. So, once the battery is drained, these guys are capital D done. They cannot help. So do I have to pick up all of these bots by hand? Like all 200 of them? Oh. Sometimes this game is not helpful. But then again, this is a severe degenerate case right now. A biter got into my base. I gotta not get complacent. What's my current power output? Did it say? 1.8? but what power is it putting out right now? I don't know. Okay, this is coming back online. Then we're probably going to pay attention to military matters. Here. I wonder if we have the whale. Okay, I'm going to have to fix that too, I suppose. You guys are all just a little too busy, it looks like. Did I capture the whale? No, I can go find him, though. Why are they bringing me more energy drink if I turn personal logistics off? I think they did that before. Oh, these are also destroyed. So this is actually the first time I have run myself out of bots entirely since I upgraded to solar panels. Yes, please take this graphite. Take it away from me. I guess we just chuck it in here, right? And this will help a good bit. I wish there was a way to just pick all these up, to box every last one of them. No, I have to do this. Oh, it's not even instant. Okay. This could be a lot better. See if we can find that one whale. I think he's hanging around aramid fiber. Fix plutonium. Then we have to do petri dishes again, I guess. Believe it or not, we don't have enough petri dishes. How is this even possible? No, I'm probably going to do Augs first. Augs are more important. Where are you, Wander Whale? Alright. So you're just coming here. Then you are circuit condition. Compared equals go. Then unload. Like, I honestly have no idea how FFT is going to be received. It's very much my type of game. Long-term planning, things getting better all the time, lots of tactical things that you can do. It pays to really sit and analyze systems. Yeah, 100% my type of game. Like, I'm really big into XCOM too. Maybe if people like that sort of content, I'll go like half-time. Like, just permanently half-time. Like, I'm doing Pyanodons one day and some sort of other game the other day. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I'm assuming everyone here will hate that idea. But maybe not everyone in the world, you know? Variety is very important. Can I build on that? Is that buildable? It is buildable. Alright. We have to stay safe, you know? Kept getting lots of attacks lately. It's because I've been lazy about the outside. Alright. Good. This is now completely running again. So happy to see that. Okay. So now we have to do Augs. And this is actually going to take quite a bit of time. Actually, before we do that, let's review the situation. Because we should have shaken off the aramid fiber problem for a bit. Yeah, we are now pumping out gastrocapacitors. So that turned out to not be a deadly issue at all. We still don't have enough blood, and I got some bad news for the Augs. We need more blood. So the current two problems, if sulfuric's going, to be decided on that count, TBD, are petri dishes and just Augs, just body parts. Both of which were problems in the last factory too. Are we making this again? Yes. Okay, so that's good. That's moving forward. And aramid fiber probably just trickling in because of terephthalonyl chloride, which is borderline acceptable. Each one of those makes 50, and that kicks one of these forward. Yes, so each one of those is 8 aramid fiber. We can probably go and look at aramid fiber. If this is steady and sustained, this is fine. Probably. In the last 10 minutes, we ate twice as many as... Okay, it's not fine. It is not fine at all. I'll have to address that real soon. The important one for me right now, though, is... Yes, this was what was holding up gastric capacitors. Now it's just cranking. We still got lines. We still got lines here. And this guy is close to full. I don't know, maybe it's okay. I don't know. Alright, we have to start... Oh, we have a whole bunch of graphite in our inventory. Can I just toss that in a graphite maker? Like right here? Yeah, actually I could. I could do that. Alright, good. And I could probably get rid of that. And I have this lead container. Alright, hold on. We'll empty our inventory in a useful way one more time. Then we'll move on to... Oh, we're not... We are? Why is this red? Oh, because we're flickering. Yeah. We're in the middle of at the leading edge of a discharge. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so we're not full up here yet, and that's good, because I don't have the bandwidth to take care of that right now. And we have all lead containers that we want, and we have a whole line, so all these guys are going. I really wish I could prod mod this. I absolutely would. But this is a golden age of fuel rods, so fine. Now it's time to throw ourselves back, and we have to do some ratios. And the good news is these ratios can be directly observed because we have fallen all the way back to Auog 1s. Alright, so this makes... Here, we're gonna take some notes. Come here, friend. 0.84 Auog pups a second out of one of these guys. And then this, which is using tier 1, which is what we're going for, this is going to eat 0.14. So we're going to take 8.84 divided by 0.14. The answer is going to be 6. It's dead on 6. All right. And so this is just a straight pass-through from pup to Auog. I think that's thanks to the prod. It's nice. So we're going to be making one repo center, 6 Auog paddocks. We're not quite finished, but we're close to being finished. And that's going to make, it's just a straight pass-through, right? 0.14 in, 0.14 out. Okay, so we're going to get 0.84 Augs a second. How many slaughterhouses is this going to be? Yeah, exactly. I'm going to get the speakers in. It's not what I want, but, well, it kind of breaks the zero inputting a bit, doesn't it? But I want a separate line, so I guess I just have to suffer through it. All right, fine. This eats in its most basic non-sped form right here, crafting suite 2. It's only 0.06. 0.06. 14 slaughterhouses just to process that. Wow. So it's this is 12. It's these right here. This will keep going just by 4 of them. That's kind of just fantastic, I think. Maybe I have to accommodate beacons just from nothing. Just from step 1. Okay. I don't know. 14 slaughterhouses is a lot. But I'm pleasantly surprised to see that one repo center keeps so much. We really only have to make 2 units, I think. I think we'll start with 2 units. All right, so the one repo center eats 2.4 moss. 2.4 here. 2.4 moss, which is, I think I need a test moss farm. Because I know we're not using the best recipe. Because it takes limestone, and limestone just isn't produced. I mean, it can be produced, but it's more complicated than what I want to do. And right here. So the 4th recipe, which we're not using because it uses limestone, is 4.77 a second. Right here, go on. Do your thing. Thank you. The 3rd recipe, which is stuff I can just get from ground borers or sand extractors. This guy right here. You get made at 0.3. Okay, so it's just 1 moss. You need 1 moss. 1 moss farm. There we go. Moss farm. And that needs 2 stone a second. And what's the production rate for 444? Just a sand extractor making stone. Are you sped? No. 4 a second. So it's 1 moss farm, which is 2 sand extractor. Okay. 2 sand extractors. And that's, so every moss farm gets 2 sand extractors, and it's a bad ratio for the coarse fraction, but I want to make this as compact as possible. Here, you can return to your old ways. That's probably might need more than 1 muddy sludge maker. Here, we have to investigate muddy sludge. Because don't we have a muddy sludge maker, which might not have run in many, many years? We'll probably make muddy sludge on its own, because this is 4 seconds, this eats 5 a second, so this is really just like 40 a second. That's more than enough for 1. So we'll do this also. I should probably just rip this up. Reclaim this space. Alright, so Auog paddocks then require 0.36. Alright, so it's 0.36 moss per. That's way more than 1 this. So now we multiply that by 6. 0.36 times 6. Look at me actually doing math this time. It means 2.6 moss per second, which is again 1 moss farm. And that should just be it. We'll have to get CO2 in, but hell, I could run a pipe. CO2 is not a problem. And then we have to ask ourselves some more questions. If we go down and we look at a flora harvester right here, you harvest at 3.2 a second. 3.2 a second. That'll get faster. But you are going to require... Oh, you need 2 harvesters. So, 2 harvesters... Collectors. Just to be dedicated. And then these Auog paddocks right here, 0.73 times 6. That's again 4.3. So these require 2 collectors total. That is a shockingly small amount right here. That really is kind of shocking. I expected to need far more collectors to make this run. And there's going to be 14 slots. 14 slaughterhouses. Just to process all of those Augs. Is this right? It's a straight pass-through from pup to Auog. Yeah. Yeah, it's right. These guys are going. These guys are all going now that they're all simple. Not you. You're missing some pups. Wonder why that's a problem. Maybe I just can't produce enough. Alright. So my goal would be to put in 2 of these. And I think I have to speed module that, right? The slaughterhouses. So what happens if I 0.84 divided by 0.06 times 1.8? Let's say I do that. Then I only need 8 per. It'll be like 16. I don't know. We'll figure something out. And then we'll just have a meat line coming out. I am not at all certain about my future here. We're going to try. So let's just get 2 bricks of slaughterhouses, right? Then we're going to want... I want a bunch of collectors. Where did we do these? Here, we'll try to put in that many. And then we just need 2 repo centers. 2 repo centers. 2 moss... No, we want 4 moss farms. 4 moss farms. And then... Yeah, 2 repo centers. 4 moss farms. 8 sand extractors. So like that. Then I got some slaughterhouses. We're probably going to need more. I'm just going to watch it, see what happens. We need a bunch of cages. Here, let's just go grab those right now. And we're going to need 6. We're going to need 12 Auog paddocks. Like that and like that. Okay. We're going to try to build a unit. And then we're going to try to copy and paste that unit. We're going to need a lot of belt before this is all done. All right. Before we go, let's check our things. So, yes, it did kind of settle. We have dips every once in a while. But this is like 5.2, maybe 5.0. Maybe 5, it's all right. We're doing good on mushrooms. And then sulfuric, yes, pegged out. That's what I want to see. Just little dips every once in a while. Maybe that's being full. And this time, we're still drinking more sulfuric than we're producing. That is terrifying. I don't want to see that. We're going to pretend we didn't see that, in fact. The other thing is Petri dishes. Petri dishes. And it's just... we are pegged out, and we don't have enough. Because in the last 10 minutes, we've eaten far more. In the last hour, we've eaten far more. So we need more Petri dish makers. Okay. That's going to be great. Why do I have this 1 unit of graphite on me? Here. Oh. Cursed with problems. Alright, so. We are on a mission now to make dedicated Auog makers. Simple, self-contained. I'm going to put in very simple ingredients. Here. What I want to do is to pull this north, and we want to do it north of this, because this structure is already here, and this space is almost certainly not going to be reached, and then we'll have a big line of meat that comes out, and it just comes through here or so. Like we'll pull it over and then down in a convenient place, and then we'll be a separate meat line in. It won't communicate at all with this. And this is coming through. It's a lot less dense than before because we're not using the Auog food recipe anymore because it was not sustainable. This is good. Right there. And this is real good. And then it's going to back up into ASP eventually. We probably don't have near enough ASP production. Here, let's take a look there. Advanced, small parts. Yeah, look, it was just dead for a long time. Now it comes and goes a bit. Let's not pay attention to that. We'll get back to it later. So what I need, we need to do a nice clearance right here. We're just going to clear all this. And this is going to be our start. Building outside the factory for this feels weird. So there is, I wonder where, no, that's just not used at all anymore. So that's fine. That's fine. They'll get picked up eventually, right? The bot and the power came back, so that's good. It probably would have been a very long rest. Why aren't you guys picking that up? Why don't you do the things? Is this protest? Oh, I bet you this is protest. No, it isn't. Why is this? Oh, it's because these other construction bots got it. All right, fine. So we want to make a unit. Give me the start of this. I want you to make Auog puffs, level 1. Oh, we're going to need a lot of barrelers. All right, that's fine. I'll figure something out. I don't think I want to do a sushi build for this. So let's try to think about what that would entail. So a nice chunky unit. Maybe it's like this. Maybe it would be better like this. I'm not leaving vias. So there. We know you can handle 6. There, that is your 6. And maybe we just try to do something really long. And there's a block of laughter right here. And we do like this, just barreling like this. And the problem is we have 2 moss makers, right, in order to make this work. So it's kind of awkward, isn't it? So we'll take 1 moss maker, and I guess it goes right here. And it has to be dedicated to that one. So, okay, that's fine. So if we put 1 moss maker right here, and we have a line, that'll work. And so you need flora. Yeah. See, all these guys got to be like this. Good. And so we have 4 physical components in, solid components. Do we have the opportunity to kind of double dip right here? Or something like this? We can probably use just fast inserters. So that puts the empties out, and then we do like this. But didn't I have problems doing this and it all getting split? So, okay, if we're going to be doing this, just don't do that. We'll use our standard. I need to go get more of these. So our standard unit is out, in, up. And you are, of course, empty. And you are, of course, water. Water barrel. There we go. And then I'll fill it up somehow. Right? So power pole here. And then just kind of copy paste. I'll get power in, don't worry about it. So each one will have their own. And I'll have to stock it personally, which is, you know, whatever. This feels very, very old, doesn't it? This is the old way of doing things. All right, so probably not going to require a lot of power, are you? Here, we'll just put down a windmill for them right now. And just pretend that's going to be okay. We'll find a place to locate that neatly within the system towards the end. Do I put the water pump over here? Like right here? Or towards the end? Maybe that's most thematic right here. Because then we just pull it back. Right? Right. So good, 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 good. And there's going to be one right here too. Only you're not aligned, which thankfully is a problem that can be fixed right now. This is a great time to fix that problem. Okay. So in theory, should theory make its way to practice, that takes care of barrel situation. So all we need now is moss and Auog pups. And I want to say Auog pups are on this side of the line and moss will be on this side of the line. So it'll be like so, right? Like this is our line. And then something like this. It looks really strange, but it's probably just really strange. Okay, and you're going to be Auog pup, obviously. Okay, so that will get one line of these things. And we're going to use just inserters for this. And you're going to be like that. Or how do I get Augs out then? Through the back? It's kind of the opposite of what I want to do. Because we're going to have a flora line right here. Where do the little Augs, where's the product Aug get out? I guess the solution would have to be through the sides or have some skips. All right, let's have some skips instead. So what we'll do is this. There's no need for there we go. There's no need for something, some words at the end of the sentence. The point is we don't need them. No need for stack inserters, excuse me. So this isn't really a pattern at the moment for a lot of reasons. Yeah, that didn't have to happen. All right, we're getting closer to establishing a pattern. And then out, and the Augs will get out that way. Okay. I can somewhat believe in that. What I can't believe in is how tight this area is. Okay. So we're going to have Augs and moss dumping down right here. And then we have to get all of flora. How fast are we at the end? In the end, let's take a look. No, no. You are crafting speed almost 6. Wow. Wow. So 160 divided by 8 point that. So it's every 27 seconds or so, it spits out one finished recipe. I begin to understand why the slaughterhouses are so busy. All right, so here we have a unit. We have a proposed unit for the production of Augs. So we're going to just push you back down, chain you up, chain you across, I suppose. And this guy can stop here. And this guy can stop here. Okay. And that will give augs, and that will lead to it will lead to all the slaughterhouses up here on top, I suppose. Well, I can make them long. I'm going to have to have a common source for all the speakers. So the speakers are brought in right here, I suppose. Also, we have to deal with this now. We need common sources for all the sticks. So maybe it just isn't what I want exactly. Maybe it has to be something just close to this. So let's see what happens if we come here. We need 2 moss farms. And probably just going to be like this and this. Excuse me. Excuse me, friends. Get rid of all of this trash. All right, and you need two. Well, getting the moss up and going is probably going to be the majority of my problem, right? So you're going to be like that. And like that. Can I make it work like this? Okay, I can make it work like this. And you're making coarse fraction, and you are making stone. It's going to eat a lot of sticks. All right, and the moss will come in here, that, and we have... We'll figure something out with this. And Koopy, and something like this, right? That's not bad, footprint-wise. Okay, and so this is going to be collectively making like near 5 a second, I guess. So what we'll do is we go up and at them like this. And then like, okay, that doesn't exist. How do I feel about this thing before me? What do I think about this? I don't like this pipe. Should I shift it and put these in the middle? I think probably yes. Here. Let's instead pull this all back. So like right here. To be continued. Don't get excited. This instead goes like right there. None of this exists anymore. And then we do something like this. Each. And this is not enough space already. So it'll have to be like this. I don't know if I like this either. Alright, we're going to go back. There we go. We're going to try this again. Alright, so... really not feeling this, though. Doesn't seem like a great idea to me. And then you'll get your moss right here. It'll be fine, right? And the rest will come down here, and then, yeah, and that'll make its way that way. And then this is powered by sticks, and the sticks will come in right here. Okay? So we need sticks in, and we need speakers in. Both of which are pretty easy to get. I guess I'm going to use a whale here, I suppose. We're doing logistics down here. And then that will get these in. Now all we have to do is supply muddy sludge. And that should be, and CO2. And CO2 can be gotten from burning moss, but burning moss produces very poor CO2, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, 13 biomass, and then biomass goes to carbon dioxide. It's like, it's quite trash, honestly. I'll bring in a CO2 line. That's fine. I don't feel too bad about that. I don't, however, think that this is the most stunning, unbelievable, courageous build I've ever done. So, okay, the virtue here is going to be, I'm going to eventually come and just copy all you and then paste it on top of each other like this. And then we're just going to have stacks of augs, however we need it, just free augs, just free meat, essentially. And so free meat starts here with the moss. Moss gets made into this. And then we need to find native flora in. And I guess it has to come in right here, but we don't have the space. So 1, 2, 3, I think. What will happen is this. Native flora will get a line coming right here. Down logistic row. And then it will come in right here. And this is where you will get your native flora. And then it has to be something like this, right? Splits up and then goes this way and then leaps. And then it's ready to connect up to the next unit up north. You know? Do you see the plan? Do you see the beauty of my machinations? Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. We're having a good time here. This is nothing terrible. I haven't deployed the laughter factories yet. Just keep pushing. This has been the mistake I've made. I've stopped pushing constantly, and I'm being punished for this. Well, message received. I have learned. We're just going to constantly be pushing. ABP. Always be pushing. This isn't finished yet. I wonder what would happen if I press this button. No, it's probably bad. I don't want to get attacks in the area where I'm trying to expand to. That's how all your bots die. All right, so we have this come in, and that's great. And that brings flora in, and the flora lines connect up there. We have moss coming in from the exact number of moss makers we made. We're going to check that again. One more time. We're going to go over the numbers because we've not done this well in the past. 2.4 to run this guy, and then 6 of these guys. So it's 0.73, 0.73, 0.73 times 6 plus 2.4. That says, wait a second, that's a different number. Have I messed up? No. Did I mess up? 2.4, and this is, oh, it is. I put the wrong one in. It's 0.36. And that says we need 4.6 moss per second to run this thing. And you produce 4 a second, and you eat. Well, okay. I don't know. I didn't look at that. I'm assuming it's going to be okay, though. Oh, I shouldn't do that. All right, let's go. Let's not assume that's going to be okay. Let's do a little more math. And then you go to 3. I wonder if that ejects all of the stuff onto the out belt. And that... Well, anyway, you're eating less. I wonder if I put a bunch of stuff that shouldn't be on the belt on the belt. I would expect those arms to be clogged, and they're not. Yeah, I should go pick up all of that stuff. That's exactly what's going to happen here. I'm causing myself a problem again. Because I was curious. So I wanted to know what would happen. So let's just clean all that up before it causes us a problem. Why do I have a super piece of moss? Because I pressed a button. Alright, so. Situation up here is correct. That's what happened. I verified. Okay. Starting to get problems. Starting to feel a little hemmed in. I verified that both of these can satisfy the needs of that. In fact, they can satisfy more than that, and that's fine. There's no problem there. So these can go here, and we need 0.6 moss a second. Oh, I didn't see. All right, we're gonna go get some moss. We should go get Augs too, but no, we're gonna do moss first. See that iPod, that Ocula zapped me as I ran by? Funny feeling. I gotta get this. How's this doing? I mean, she ain't jammed, and we're full up on hot air. So I think I actually solved it correctly. Absolutely bizarre. That's probably enough. That's definitely enough. I should be uplifting Yatoya low down there, but that requires science to start again, and science doesn't want to go. So I'm kind of a little bit lost, aren't I? Mostly, entirely, completely lost. Yeah, right over there. Okay, I know where I'm going. Not completely lost. Only utterly, mostly lost. So now, all right, so we have in fact concluded. Okay, wait. There we go. This produces at, this will make 4.7. That is over the amount of moss we need. That is fantastic. And that will get put into here, and then all 6 of these will run. And I think we're actually complete here. Here, let's go get some flora, I suppose. Now this only requires 4 collectors be going, which is an extremely small amount of collectors. I mean, it's kind of shocking how small it is. So we're going to get CO2 from like right here. We have a giant CO2 maker right there, and it's a straight shot to bring it up. So I'm going to do that. Oh yeah, there's this. I wonder if this is like made by someone who is colorblind and is just sick to death of people not understanding what it is they deal with. And so they made this putrid clown explosion right here. That's what we're dealing with. To help express the struggles of their daily life, and also to hurt their fellow man. 2 things I can understand, if not totally get behind. Yeah, let's do this. Misogyny only covers half the problem. Misandry is weak sauce. You can do better than that. So like that. So I guess we just kind of cover half of these and try to believe it, you know? Maybe I just do as many as I have in my inventory. That's probably the best. What are you guys doing? Why are you bringing... Oh, I ran in an area I probably shouldn't have. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so right there. No? Yes? Yes, yes? Or maybe I could just keep going. How many more do I have? Collectors? How many collectors do I have? Is that all of them, actually? Collect. Yeah. Somehow, I put down exactly as many as I needed. Okay, no problem. Only these are really weak sauce, but we're not going to look at that. Instead, we're going to do this. This is very old school. Here we are, building on the ore patch again. Just like in the old days. And we're just going to drag it north, and we're going to completely just skip over. Not going to acknowledge the existence of those cooling towers. And it's going to be like this, right? And we're going to leave that right there. And then right here, we're just going to go order those. Should I go order those sticks right now? Why are you hooked up, but these are not? No, really, why are these not flashing no power? But these are. Why? Why? Alright, I don't know. And the fun part is, I don't have to know. It is not vital. Understanding, completely optional. Understanding in known flaw. Understanding is understood to be bad. Is accepted to be a detriment. So let's just not do that. Yeah, are you actually hooked up? No, you can't support this. Only if I plug in directly. Okay. Good. Alright, so that's the flora collectors going. And that's more than enough for all the Augs. Oh, I don't have these. Oh, I ran them out. That's why they're not flashing. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, they're just ghosts, and I can't tell because they're on top of the end result of a collision between a clown and a mortar shell. Kind of forgot what I was supposed to be coming here for. I know I came here for a reason. But just totally escapes me. So, oh, I came here for more collectors. God, okay. Fell right on my head. Just more, right? Probably 30 more. Okay, fine. Here. And this is, I'm going to need so much more belt in order to get the products to market. It's code, you know. So we're going to go all the way back, and we're going to try to donate all these. Okay, that's why they weren't flashing. They weren't real. Okay, got it. Check. Makes sense. And we're going to have to recycle flora at the end of this. Here, this should be preferred decay first. That should probably be near universal. Actually, we should put this in right now. So right here, this will, no, it has to be like this. You have to be filters for spolinin and biomass. And we have to get both of these out of here. And we have to torch them. So, honestly, right here. This is a great place for that. So give me my boiler. We're going to put in, and there's no point in doing anything with fast inserters, right? And then the same thing we always do over and over again. And then a tank, please. And then hook this in, please. And we want to underflow. Underflow less than 5. Less than 5. There we go. All right, now this is ready. So the floral waste line is in place. Now what's left is to deal with the augs. I think that's it, actually correct. Moss is taken care of. No, we haven't gotten muddy sludge yet. That's unfortunate. Maybe muddy sludge comes from the common area. Why can't I see which is which? Okay, there it is. So, just like muddy sludge right here, we do this. And we do the same thing with CO2, and we can get that in too. Great. This doesn't look right. Okay, that's better. And then we'll get sticks in. Just kind of like that, hopefully. Yeah, let's go get the whale now. Here, we gotta clip that for the moment. Mr. Whale, you got a job. Be whale hungry. Go get me a whole bunch of... So strange I'm dealing with scaling out level 1 recipes. I feel like that's a problem. It's very unsatisfying. Fill cargo, and then empty cargo. Okay, great. Easy enough. On your way. Now we need... I think we're going to do 8 laughter factories. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to try to stack them like this. But how do I get the products out? I guess that's out the back, and it has to be. How do I get the speakers out? I guess that has to be on a line like this. So we have to have... Oh, we have to have cages too. So right here is going to be Auog processing station. And then we have one line of in. Then we have another line of in. Right? Then we need to pull apart augs, like so. Then we have both speakers and cages out, and so everything will come out the back, I suppose. So we're gonna be like this, I think. Yeah. And so these need to be sped in order for this to work. So we do that here. And we're going for a double speeding. So that has to be 3.5, I think. No, it's a little faster than that. So this will be... It's like we want a 2.5 for the calculation I was doing. So we're going to start with this. And if we need more, we'll do that. Actually, looks like we're going to need more just to keep it local. All right, fine. We do this. Yeah, this should be fine. And then we have to deal with the outs. And there's 2 kinds of outs we have to deal with. We have to first skim off cages, and that has to go one way. We have to skim off speakers. That has to go another way. Here, we're going to bring this back in. Don't worry. We have to give me a automated factory. So you are right here, and you are putting augs in cages. Right here. And we'll make this work somehow. So what we need to do, just kind of compare footprints here, because we're not done. We need to get our Auog bit expellers right here. It kind of has to be like this. So this gets rid of cages. So we need these guys. Oh, we're going to need a lot more power than what we're currently supplying, right? It's like this has to happen. And then here, let's copy and paste. Only we did that bad. Then all of these get H'd. I feel like this is going to be the thickest part of this, you know? The fattest, the chubbiest. Because I could go long again. Yeah, see how fat it is? So maybe we'll try to center it. Maybe we'll try to build something around it. Alright, so right here, let's take a look. Let's do some measurements. Now we're a little up, so we can bring it down to like right here. So it can go down like 3 steps naturally. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3. And line up like that. Let's test the top now. It's actually not terrible. Like I would like it down 2 more. You know? And then it would be in line with this. And it'll be nice and I suppose I can be stacking on top of this. Like I could use both sides of this belt. So if I copied all of this, you know? I still haven't done Muddy Sludge. I could put this right here. And that actually looks really nice. That's good. I'm going to do that. Okay, so this is fine. This is needed. Yes, it is actually. How can I be building in vital areas right here? So let's help this out a tiny bit. Okay. Right here. Right here. Are we good? Alright, and then all these things can go. This can go. All of this can go. Those guys can't go. All of this can go. All of you can go. All of those can go. Alright. That's good, bad, or indifferent. That is now done. Alright, so obviously we're going to need blood. Once again, this is the point of this actually. Getting all this blood in. All the rest of the meat parts are kind of waste. Here, let's glance over at the digestion line. Yeah, we're just not overflowing on anything. Oh, looks like we finally got some fatty acids. That's really unexpected. Well, that's okay. Like, maybe science will go one day. Let's not get crazy. That's more blood. That's why we're doing this. It's blood for science right now. And then, you know, there's going to be no pleasant way of doing this, huh? So bang, 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 bang. No, it doesn't hit this one too. Just like right there. Okay. Can do. Is okay. Part of the plan. Okay, good. This needs to get all hooked together. We can do that right here. And then hooked in somewhere. I've got this weird urge to try Darkest Dungeon 2 again. I tried that. I played so much Darkest Dungeon 1. Number 1 is... Oh, look how this is real low power. Oh, we're not hooked up. Alright, we need to hook this up to real power. Maybe even real ultimate power. Alright, this isn't going to cut it. This is a humor joke for funny thing. What we need is... Yeah, anyway, Darkest Dungeon 1 was fantastic. I might play it again. And I played it fairly recently, like in the last 3 years or so. Like, I think that's the sort of game people would watch me play too. It's in the wheelhouse of slow, tactical, well thought out build-ups, which then go hilariously wrong, which is why everyone's on this channel. So, Yeah. But I didn't like Darkest Dungeon 2. It was not buggy, but just really poorly thought out, in my opinion. And it could be that it's still very poorly thought out. But I have noticed that they've been patching it for years now. It's been years since I've decided that game was hot trash. So maybe it isn't anymore. I still don't like the formatting. Why would they mess with the formatting of Darkest Dungeon 2? Why do I have 2 lines going in? Why? Why is this necessary? Why isn't it just augs and speakers? Why is it 2 lines? I think that's probably a really good idea. The biggest sin of Darkest Dungeon 2 was it has the stink of pretension on it, when the first one was quite the opposite. It was very sincere and honest, and I react very differently towards these things. Like the stink, the honesty above it, of Darkest Dungeon 1 was all in that it was all very in theme and all taken very seriously and played very straight. Whereas I think it's like the end of the first act boss. Now, this has been a very long time since I played Darkest Dungeon 2, so don't hold it against me if I'm wrong. But wasn't that the shackled brain strongly implying that the game is about some mental struggle going on in a man's head as he's going mad, which is in theme for the series, but is my absolute least favorite genre of fiction. I'm not going to tell you if what's happening now is real or not fiction. I think it is just utterly lazy. It's a sign of the author not knowing what they want to say and being unable to commit to any different paths. They're leaving it open to mask their own narrative weakness. Call that harsh if you want, but that's exactly how I see it. And so when they're dropping heavy hints in Darkest Dungeon 2 that nothing you're engaging with is real, and it's all some sort of hallucination or fantasy, it's like, you've lost me. You have completely lost me. I don't care about this story anymore. You've already told me. I don't know if I've ever really been exposed to a game or any piece of media, for that matter, that started with the premise, well, maybe it was all just some sort of weird thing happening. Maybe it didn't really happen at all, and then actually pulled it off and made me happy in some way. Like, this has been just an express train to, I hate the entire writing team and I regret spending my time. So not only was Darkest Dungeon 2, it had some problems because I got it basically immediately. And I fully understand that these problems are inevitable and probably are fixed by now. So I should, in fairness, give it another chance. But I don't know what they could have done to fix the narrative, the lack of balls on their narrative. I can't stand worlds that don't believe in themselves. This is like, come on, guys. So cages are going to be local. Speakers will be global. Okay, that makes sense to me. So what we'll do is this. So I figured I'll try it again. I understand they still have that stupid stagecoach mechanic. People say it's just like walking in hallways. No, it is not. It 100% is not. It feels much, much worse. It just takes so long. Oh my god, and it doesn't matter. It's dark and you can't see, and it's just miserable. The stagecoach was miserable last time. Maybe they've done something about that. I don't know. I know I'm not the only one complaining about it. Output, and then that's speaker. So maybe I should switch these guys. If speakers are going to be global, So, okay. And then you'll be cage. Alright, we'll try this. And we'll have these two lines. Now the problem is, again, the return line, I guess. Where do I put it? Like, I suppose the best thing to do would be to put it right here, right? You know, keep the profile as minimal as possible. So we come here, then we want speaker out. And speaker comes in right here, and speaker is input priority from this side, and hopefully it's hooked up right? And then cage will come right here. So I've got this weird itch to try it again, just to see if it's still as awful as I remember. I understand it's not the same game as Darkest Dungeon 1. They're trying to do different things. They're probably wrong about this. Just true facts. Trying to do something different is probably not really working in their favor very much. If I just do this, will it work? They probably should have just done something the same. This will be on the outside and it'll be like this. And if I go right here, this will be on the inside. And that's good. Okay, and here's our final product line out. What am I doing right here? This is wrong. Yeah, this just stops. What am I doing here? It's like only when we get to this point do we want to... Well, wait a second. We can do better than this. We got... Okay, here, stop all this. Think. Attempt to use that gray matter. Yeah, just pick all this up for a second. And we do this. And you don't go there for one thing. You go right there. And you are going to be cage, and then speaker. So yeah, I'm thinking about starting up different series. And this is prompted first and foremost by FFT getting a remaster, which I feel I'm spiritually obligated to play. Not least because I was wanting to play it again, and the world just popped right up and obliged on the spot. That doesn't happen to me a lot, guys, so it's a big old hint directing me like that. So if you don't like watching tactics games, like Factorio audience is, I mean, obviously a heavy builder game, heavy into builder games because, you know, obviously. But I like the planning aspect of it. I like the constant, slow... Oh, this is kind of an issue, though, because of... because it has to come down the bottom in order to actually do this right. So we're going to do something else. Factorio is very thoughtful. It rewards thinking, patience, persistence. All right, so there all the speakers and all of the cages come out on this line. Speakers end up right there, cages end up right there. I suppose this is probably has some chance of jamming because there's going to be many more speakers out than there are cages, and so the speakers could come right here and then not be able to be adopted, and the cages can't get off, so this stops, so speakers stop getting picked up. how to address this issue. This is actually fairly bad, isn't it? Well, we could do something like this then. We can get the cages off the line first, right? No, that'll be doing something like this instead. Pull the cages off, because they have the longer buffer. Output cage. Yeah. Okay. And then we can pull this down. Okay. That looks alright. I feel like I'm spending way too much time on this, but, you know, what else is time for but for spending? So, those guys need to be picked up. Those are going to cause problems. Okay. Okay, things are going alright, I think. This is more or less complete, I think. And I kind of want to see it run, right? The augs come in. The augs go in cages. Cages right there. So we need barrels. I think we're finished. Well, we should probably hook up these lines, and then we can try to make it run. And then if it runs well, we'll double it. And then it's probably it for us this episode, right? So we have to descend straight down to a bloodline. You know, you don't got blood. And you're the wrong sort of blood. Good that shells are filled up again, though. Where's the right? That's not the right kind of blood. This is the right kind of blood. Alright, we'll start with the Ulrichs and just bring a line up. And then we'll find where we want to put the meat. And that's where we're going to definitely need more belt. That's fine. But who knows? Maybe people will absolutely love me playing Final Fantasy Tactics. It's probably going to be a different audience if anyone comes in. And I honestly doubt it. I really do. I think it is fairly remarkable that people are watching me as it is. I get so many people saying that this is the perfect thing to fall asleep to, and I'm like, okay, that's what's called a mixed compliment right there. Yeah. Yeah, it's good that I have a niche. It's good that I'm helpful. It's good to be helpful. It really is. But at the same time, maybe that's not what I'm going for. Maybe that's not the look I'd really want. But it's fine. It's definitely fine. I tried, someone in the forum asked me if I could use AI in order to clip down these episodes into something that's more condensed. And I thought, you know what? That's a great idea. Unlike many of my contemporaries, I am not... I embrace AI. AI is definitely the future. And that's not a fashionable thing to say in some quarters, but, you know, I can only be myself, everyone. I clearly believe it's going to take over a lot of our lives, so you may as well get it working for you. Or else you run the risk it is going to be working against you. So I think I could probably slip down right here, right? Anyway, long story short, I did a survey of... Oh, do we have a lot of queens now? Yeah, we do. We have a lot of queens on the belt since I doubled the queen makers. Okay, so that makes me feel good. Anyway, I decided to answer the question, can AI clip down my 2-hour-long, raw, rambly episodes into something punchy and digestible, like a Dosh-style compilation vid? Answer, no. Not even close, no. It's very good on breaking up the episodes. It's very good at putting that kind of bouncy automated captioning at the bottom. It really failed on most of the Pi vocabulary, as you would expect. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be able to correctly transcribe xylopho. If that is our test of whether or not our AI overlords are going to consume the planet, then I think we're going to be safe for a while. Xylopho is a tough one. But this main thing is, while I would break the videos up into, like, I told the various makers out there, I want highlight clips that are about 10 minutes long. And I think that would be a content format that would be fairly popular. People have been asking for me for this for a long time. And so I said, Mr. Computer, go and automatically do this. And while it did spit out a lot of 10-minute long videos, the 10-minute number, computers like numbers. They're very comfortable with them. Oh, and now we come to it. While the number wasn't the problem for the AI, the identifying the concepts. Well, this doesn't even work. Oh no, that's not what I wanted at all. Okay, we've caused ourselves problems. The AI couldn't figure out when to start and stop clips, essentially. It couldn't identify what was interesting and where and what wasn't. And so it was just kind of 10-minute clips of me talking, and then it stopped. And it's like, well, okay, I suppose I could have done that myself, and I probably could. And they've got this weird thing now where they say this is the viral score for this bit of content. We've evaluated it, and we decided it is 94% viral. And I'm okay, getting weird now. But those among you who are broadly hostile to the AI movement, you'll be happy to know that I will not be using its services for probably anything with this Factorio channel. It's because it sucks. Beginning and the end, it just is not good. Hopefully one day someone makes it good. I have a lot of confidence someone will. There's a lot of money in it. It doesn't strike me as impossible. Even if it just involves trickery, it's not real, you know? I fully expect someone to get it right soon. And by soon, I mean the next, 5 years or so. And then I'll be able to auto-edit all these videos. I'll go back, but yeah, for Pi Classic. And they're on the expansion beyond Space Age then. Because the Pi devs are nuts. They're not going to stop. Speaking of which, I have to write up my proposal for tweaking biofluid. I don't think I'm going to get any resistance from it, whatever. Like, I'm going to kill myself if this is going to keep up. Pi devs do not think about biofluid. I am the only person who uses biofluid seriously, I'm pretty sure. And so it's just basically whatever I want to do. If I'm volunteering to do it, they will say, go ahead, we'll put it in the mod. All right, it is now bell to clock. And that's fine. And I just want to double check that my ideas seem good, and at least get community sign off for it, even if they don't really care. That community sign off is important, I feel. Here, take that. Yeah. Is this other siren going? I hear the dinger, but I thought I was hearing the air raid in the background, but apparently not. All right, the dingers honestly should be... No, wait. The dinger's going to ding until I get this up and going. Because we're short on blood. Blood is the problem. And science is getting blood last, which is... I mean, it speaks to the health of the factory, you know? We established something at the end of the line, and it's not working very well, which is, I mean, okay, but it means that once this is fixed, everything will be fixed. All right, so we have our secondary digestive tract right here. It comes all the way down here, and we're going to get that to the digestor. And I am more than a little worried that just by putting more raw Auog bits on this belt, we are going to be overwhelming the digestive system. This would be pretty bad, I have to say. Is right. Symmetry is important. Okay, good. And then, okay, symmetry remains important, but it's going to be a little less so. It's like right here. Okay. And then we just head south like this and eventually make it in. And then we can turn this machine on. And then from here down, we just are very barbarous about everything. Just keep going straight. Okay, that's fine. I think the main problem I have is that just gaster capacitors are so expensive. And I don't want to go in down the center like this. Oh, this is actually a bit of a problem. Here, take that for no reason. So what I want, this guy right here, I suppose. It's like, this is it? This is our choice? Alright, maybe. It's not totally centered, but I don't think it has to be. It's showing a development. This whole area will develop. Alright, hooked up. And we're pretty much at the end of the episode. So we're not going to get to Petri dishes today. The grand struggle continues. Alright, so let's just look what we have done. We have this purpose-built digestion line going straight through to central meat sorting. And we're just going to copy and paste. Oh, we still didn't do muddy sludge. We're not quite ready yet. Anyway, let's check height again, because I shaved some stuff off, right? Yeah, we're still too high. That's fine. It's just fine. All right, we need muddy sludge. And muddy sludge is super simple. It should just go right there. And you eat not enough to care about, so just one muddy sludge maker on both. So 2 mixers and 2 soil extractors. Yeah, let's go get those. And we have to go get Augs, of course. We don't have a lot of space in our inventory. So let's just fill this out, turn this on. We need 2 soil extractors. 2 of you, 2 mixers. We probably have them. Yeah, we got them. All right, good. So let's go grab some Augs. And we'll do that at the Aug bin. I wonder if the numbers are just going to go totally out the window. When I get next level Augs or bigger Aug pens. It's kind of a distressing idea. Well, I'm leaving space at the end for more laughter factories. Even though those will scale, but not as fast because they have only one. See, it's just the buildings that the scale. I suppose we're beaconing it, and that also matters. All right, so we need. Okay, never mind. I forgot. We need cages and we need barrels. So think I already have cages, right? So I believe we're going to just throw one thing of cages in there, and then we need 700 barrels. That's probably way too many by a lot, but it also fits within our buffers fine. So, okay, 700. Let's do it. I'm going to have to get more when I copy and paste this. Every time I copy and paste it, but hopefully this will just solve our meat problem forever. And if I knew this was the way things would have to go, I could have saved myself 20 hours at least by just jumping directly to this solution. This is a pi noob state problem, going through all of the different Auog recipes, going through all of the different configurations, only to come to this one in the end. No, wait, it doesn't go there. So we do this. Then all of these get put in like here, right here, right here, right here, right here. Good. And now we have cages. And for my last trick, a soil extractor. For my last trick, pick up all my stuff. For my last trick, a soil extractor. Right here. And a mixer. And you are Muddy the Sludge. It's not you? Is it a washer? What? Are you sure I can't make Muddy Sludge in a mixer? It must be in a washer? I'm surprised I don't have one. No, I do. Okay. Washa. Yeah, it is. I recognize this. Alright, so you gotta be like there, and you are Mr. Muddy Sludge. And so we're not doing this anymore. Oh, I have to get carbon dioxide too. That's fine. And you just hook up like so. Probably arrange this a little better, right? Here, how about this? Yeah, like so. That works. All right, I'll go get carbon dioxide after this. Water comes in right here, I suppose. And boom. All right, and you're making soil, and this is just gonna go. This makes 40 a second, and we don't eat nearly that much. Okay. For my last trick, I will go get CO2 from the giant tower of CO2 right over here, right? No, this is bitumen. CO2 is right here. This is where we make all the CO2. And it seems like we're chunking hard. That's something. Carbon die. Oh, are we low on CO2? We are. That goes on the list. More CO2. Now, luckily, I've got an easy way to do this in just doubling, putting in Mark II Lovecraft furnaces right there. And that's probably more than enough for my purposes, but glad I looked at that. In our beautiful green lake, which I will never get tired of pointing out. What have we stopped? Shouldn't we be here? You have caught me for your last time, wonderful green pond. There. I will no longer trip over you gratuitously. All right, there we go. Okay. So I don't know how high we should be going with this, so let's just go pretty high. I knew this was going to be a long build. I knew this was always going to be a long build. So that's why... Okay, laziness is mostly why I didn't do this. I also knew it was going to be a lot of work. So laziness in another dimension is why I never put this together properly. We're not over fluid extents. That's so very surprising. So this guy's gotta come just straight down, right? And we tie together here at the cover patch. There we go. Figures fluid extents. So grab some of you. I want output less than 20. There we go. Now I can make this locally, probably. But I was just lazy and did it this way. All right, so I think we are ready to see if this works. Let's turn it on. You excited? I'm excited. There you go. Then if I do this correctly, I will be able to just copy and paste this as many times as necessary. There. And you have no CO2. Why? Carbon dioxide. This is carbon dioxide. Are you missing something? Oh, yeah, you're missing something right there. Okay, got it. Well, there's that. This is going now. You're making little augs. I'm just going to let this go. Maybe I need to get more hands here. Whatever. Okay. And soon? 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 Looks like it's going constantly now. Yeah, okay. So little augs going across sometime? Oh, you didn't grab enough. Okay, so it's going to have to take a couple charges. All right, and then... Okay. And then it's going to be a big party on this line immediately. And then we're going to follow what the laughter factories do. Hopefully that's fine. So we have this structure we use now. I want to copy and paste this. I just want to put it right here exactly. It'll share that infrastructure. It's also going to create a gigantic stink. Where aren't you going? Oh, you need more little augs. Well, it'll probably back up at the end, right? Yeah. And then we have the out right there. Okay, so... Yeah, you have plenty of little augs because you have the overflow. And it's just going to back up more and more. Okay. But I don't see any of them actually moving through quite yet. Let's wait. We can be patient. It's okay to be patient. We can wait. Oh, right here. There. Now they're hitting the belt. Why aren't you going? Oh, you don't have speakers in yet. Oh, man. All right. Yeah, I still kind of worry about this. No, you do something different. Add destination speaker bin. Speakers? Right. Now help it. It's in a... No, wait. It's not even in a bin. It's from factory equipment over here. All right, here, fill your cargo. Then right here, empty your cargo. Go and do it. And I'll help. I'll just run in and grab some. I think the biggest flaw in my system is in the speaker reflux. The recycling line for that. I don't think that's set up correctly. That's going to cause me problems. I don't have nearly enough speakers. The Auog isn't getting nearly enough speakers. Because I'm really worried about it. Speakers. There we go. So I'm really worried about this little turn right here. I suppose I have one space to do something about it. So speakers come along here, and then they have to get immediately taken out. They have to. If they don't, it's just terrible. Alright, good. We have processed some Augs. There, we have our first produce. This is producing... So all of these together, it's 15 times 8. So it's about 100 blood per second added to the world. Corn is dissatisfied. Corn says we can do better. We can also move this up more to give it more time. I suppose it is set up so it will use the ones on the outer belt before it uses the ones on the inner belt. So maybe it's okay in that regard? Maybe I'll just have to watch it. Oh, this is unfortunate. Half of them left because of, you know, how numbers work. There you go. Oh, it's just going to be like more and more of them getting out like that until it's jammed at the... That's fine. I'm going to leave it like that for now. And you just don't have your speakers, right? Yeah. Okay. That's not good, but is somewhat forgivable. Alright, well that guy's coming back. Let's see if we can just double this cleanly. Are we getting a backup of little Augs? Doesn't look like it. No, yeah, we are. It's just very... Probably shouldn't be stack inserting, honestly. Probably this is wrong. Probably this should be like this. Here. Probably it should be like this. Oh, you both have to be... Oh, see, problems. Auog pup. See, I got all excited. Now some barrels escaped. There they are. I see them. Got them. Okay, good. And moss is building up a little bit. So, time to copy paste this. Are we happy? Are we satisfied with this? And this will expand a little bit faster. There's no need for this to ever be stacked. It doesn't matter. And this guy is... Oh, this is speaker based, unfortunately. And I can't prioritize it on this side. I mean, I could. But that's not great. Alright, well that guy comes back. Let's copy paste this, see if it works. So we take all this and we come down to exactly this layer right here. And we take it and we put it exactly right here. And we'd say, Angry Ghost, put it down. I mean, it seems like it's working. I mean, the machines aren't catching on fire. Nothing is screaming at me. Here, and then right here, this is where we will clip it for right now. And then later on, I'll definitely get more out. It seems like our buddy arrived. Alright, so now we have a definite cycle. Oh, we're out of... What are we out of here? I have plenty. No? What's our problem here? Why isn't it putting these down for me? Can someone identify this problem? Oh, is it some other construction bots? We're probably in a construction zone, aren't we? So it's flitting over very slowly from some other area. From one of the border guards, one of the embassies. All right, I got it. Okay, that makes a certain amount of sense. All right, so let's continue filling this in. Playing our little game of make real. And that just gets hooked up. And now where do we get the flora in from? Right here, right? And then it's configured to dispose of its own flora. What's it saying we don't have hands? Oh, it just brought me what I needed. Oh, thank you, Ocula. Thank you, Ocula. And this is just going, and this is just going. And this is going to rot out eventually, but it's not going to matter. Yeah. Okay. And we're at 2 hours, 10 minutes, it looks like. So, yes. It looks like it is definitely time. Oh, wait, we didn't... No. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Okay. So, are all of these going all the time? They're all... You're not going now. Need more speakers. And that requires this guy to... needs more speakers to be made. They don't stack at all. So, and they're going to go more and more right here until they literally back up. So, okay, this is the life. And eventually, the entire system will have enough. Are we making little augs? Little augs? Little augs? I don't see little augs. Oh, because I have to go get barrels for all this. All right, hold on a second. Time to turn personal logistics off. And then after this is done, we'll be well positioned just to end. And that's good. All right, hold on a second. All right, 700 barrels. Let's go. Last trip in for this. For, you know, the last trip in. And then we go to recap. It's been quite a lot of time. It takes too much time. I'm too slow. And that's the big problem with all this. I would be so much faster if I wasn't making constant mistakes. You know? But this feels really solid, what I'm doing right now. The most relevant dependency is probably on iron sticks, which do run out. Do not mistakenly think they are forever. They are not. They do run out. But it's kind of rare, honestly. There. And cages. And then this one should be fully supplied. Here. Have some flora. And we're definitely over making flora, but the only question is, will it rot out by the time it gets to the end? And I think the answer is almost certainly no there. And this is backing up just fine. Perfect. This is producing lots of augs, and we're losing all of our speakers because that's how it goes. More speakers are coming. So it's not going full speed yet. And this isn't really going at all. But soon. Yeah, soon. So after about, 10 more minutes, this should warm up nicely. And we should be able to see everything finally working for realsies. For real, for real. And this will come on the... here we go. Another drop. Right, this is going to move this forward again. And unfortunately, you see it's going to block right here. So it's using the outside ones first. This was not by design. This was pure luck that it's happening this way. Because here it gets put on the outside track, and those will be used first. This is... I would love to say I was that smart. I just knew it was going to work like this. Just that level of divine intelligence. But no. Where aren't you going? No augs? For real? Do I need more cages? I think I need more cages. Here, let's go get... Having excess cages is not a problem. So let's go get 400 more cages, and then we'll go back out again. Hopefully that fixes that situation up a little bit. So 400 cages. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then each one will be working with 300. That's fine, right? I don't want them ever running out. 1, 2. And right here is 1, 2. And it's not stacked. But at the same time, we can't just have these guys going. We need everybody going. Same team, guys. Except for the Augs. The Augs are, they're auxiliaries. And we know what happens to auxiliaries. But looks like, again, this should be putting out 100, yeah, about 100 blood a second. Now, it should be happening on both of these now, so 200 more blood a second. Corn should be pleased, if Corn was capable of being pleased. And we have room to just stack and stack and stack. We'll have to move this guy. It's unfortunate, but we can increase. And it will be very smooth. And you don't have to increase somewhere else. It'll just be a little less smooth. I should probably go see if the lunch line here successfully connects up to the digestive system. There is always a chance, a rather large chance, that I messed it up somehow. Just follow. Yeah, like right there. See? See, I messed it up. All right. Good instincts, right? Good instincts for bad instincts. I have good instincts for me messing something up. You know, there's some things we just have to double check on immediately. Oh, right here, it looks like. Some things require immediate, active, affirmative verification. I wonder what percent of Augs this is. I suppose this is 2 reproductive centers online, and then down there we had 3, so we're still not doubling our current Aug production. That would be if I copy and paste it one more time, which I might do, mind you. Alright, let's take a look. Blood. Then we were, I don't know, what was this? At peak, it's 35. Oh, that's back when we were making so many. So we were at, I don't know how to read this, like 20, 25, and now we're up at 35 again. This should be a sustained peak, though. I guess I'm going to have to let that go. And then, okay, well, here's the real question. Blood. In the last 10 minutes, in the last minute, 33, and we're consuming more. See, this says not enough yet. We're not ready yet. I'm going to have to copy and paste this like twice more. Well, now it's fallen. It's a twitchy measurement. Let's take a look at the fluid tank. Fluid sorting for blood. I mean, some is getting through, not all that much. I don't understand. Okay, I do understand, because so much of it is ending up in gastrocapacitors or, you know, whatever. And this is shut off? This is shut off. Okay, so a big consumer of blood is not consuming, which means that blood meal is probably munching down a lot of blood. There's also... there's the albumin makers around here. Are you wasting blood? Better not be. Yeah, we're full up on artificial blood, so this is stopped. I wonder if anything is wasting blood around here. I know we were running something blood for trits, right? It was something albumin here. Yeah. And albumin doesn't last very long. 10 minutes. That's nothing terrible. Do we have albumin cubes around here? And we got little trits. So, why is this not going? You don't have the blood. Oh, right. Okay. So this is still building up a little, I guess. As these guys are all going, and if I glance back at main Auog tower right here, this is going. Now these guys are not producing enough Augs. So, okay. Are these going full time? I really hope so. So we'll have 5 repo centers going, and that's the main bottleneck. So yeah, I probably have to double what I've just done. Maybe more. Maybe it's time to just stop playing and just copy and copy again. What's your problem? We need more little Augs. And your problem is nothing. Your problem is nothing. This is on both sides of the belt, which is good. So for the finale, we look in here, and it's just... That's a lot of material, friends. I don't know if I can put more on... Okay, well, it's still digesting the big lump. So, okay. It's kind of understandable. That wouldn't be working out very well right now. We're gonna... The oleochemical problem is gonna be solved, I think. So that's good. Alright, so... Notepad, come here. This goes away. And... That's it, right? Once again, we've just worked on infrastructure. And tomorrow we're probably going to work on infrastructure again, because we have to do petri dishes. But I think that's the last of things that I'm aware of. Of course, I haven't looked around. Who knows what else is broken, you know? Who knows what dread revelation lurks beyond these walls. It's like we're fighting over... Oh, shouldn't we have warmed up by now? I don't understand. Maybe I'm a little over on this. This built up a backlog. Yeah, it does look like it's sorting itself out. So there's probably... Yeah, there's too much processing power here, so they're never going to be all the way going. Alright, that's fine. I wonder why that guy isn't going, though. Like, maybe it's hitching ever so slightly? I don't think so. I should probably make level 3 Augs. That's probably a good idea, but I have... Oh, it needs a lot of blood. They know what's going on here. And immunosuppressants are something I can probably make, but I'm not going to make right now. Alright, this has gone on too long. It's time to peace out, friends. Which means time to head back in. I'm going to try to deposit these... Well, it's probably not enough to deposit these Augs, because next episode I'm probably just doubling what I did today. And that's going to be that. How are we doing down in stainless land? We're once again out of aramid fiber. And this is just because we don't have enough TCL. No, we don't have a delivery. So this stopped a while ago. What's your problem? Not enough titanium? For real? Titanium broken? Titanium broken. I clipped something. It's the only thing that makes sense here. It's like, no. Can't get rid of titanium overflow waste? Titanium overflow waste goes to nowhere. It literally goes nowhere. Like, what happened here? Where does titanium overflow waste go? It goes into titanium stage 4. Titanium pulp stage 4 is not around here. No. No, it's up here. It gets connected right here. And it's just, it either never got hooked up, which is a possibility, or I clipped it, which is a possibility. So, okay, once again, everything is broken in the factory. Once again, it is assuredly my fault. Once again, I will fix this. I want to say this was never actually hooked up right. Weird to think, but I believe that's true. Oh, don't do what I'm doing. Don't do what you did. Because we haven't needed a lot of titanium for anything. You don't need a lot of the metals for anything, essentially. There you go. Oh, we need this hooked up too. Okay. Good. No, wait, this was hooked up. Oh, okay. Okay, so the bottom was just never hooked up. All right. That makes more sense. I believe in that more now. We just never stapled it. There we go. And now we just hooked it together. Okay. That makes more sense. So it wasn't ever this problem. It's not you. It's not you. Okay. So now we have titanium pulp stage 4. Isn't it fun how we relive these things again? Titanium pulp stage 4. Why aren't we... What's going on? Oh, because I put the wrong thing in this line. Okay. Alright, so that's working, but this isn't the main event either. That was just me messing things up. So all of this is good. Stage 2. We need to get rid of this titanium residue. Titanium residue is right here, and that means titanium pulp has to go away. And it gives us stage 5. Stage 5 is purely pressurized, and we can't get rid of stage 6. And it comes right here. And we can't get rid of solution. It's fully pressurized. We can't get rid of stage 2 solution. Substitution. And that comes right here. And we don't have any Auog. There we go. That's the actual lack. So we're gonna upgrade these guys while we're standing right next to it. And we're probably not. We have a slaked lime line that goes just through, guys. Okay, so we have no Auog. So we're probably not going to fix this today. We're just going to diagnose it. Auog. Right there. What is the problem with Auog, which I haven't thought about for forever? Oleochemicals. It's the same thing as everything else. So it's just another way this could break. It is a new face for an old foe. Right here. And we don't have any oleochemicals because, again, fat and digestion. So I should just leave this alone and pretend it doesn't exist, and then just copy and paste more Augs. Fluids, okay, oleochem. That's not unexpected. That's a spolinen drop right there. And just recently nothing. I wonder why just nothing recently. Alright, that is just completely related to everything else I'm dealing with. Alright, I am now done. Let's wrap this up and get out of here. And tomorrow we do even more. Just trying to get pt526 3 running efficiently. Running at all. It's been like 10 episodes, I'd say, since pt526 3 was running naturally. But whatever. We'll fix it. We'll fix it one day. Screenshot? Nothing flashing. There's something right there. Okay, nothing flashing. All right, what did we do today, ladies and gentlemen? We finally retreated fully to level 1 Auog. We tried level, like, tier 3, then tier 2, then tier 2 and tier 1, and then finally just tier 1. And we built just Auog generators powered by Flora and a few imports. This is how it has to go, I guess. And we have our own digestion line right here hitting into the main digestion center. This took too long to set up, but it's just copy and pastable now, which is fortunate because tomorrow I'm going to start off by copy and pasting it. We're just not producing enough death, honestly, just raw death. Corn is not favoring us. We are not producing enough assorted giblets of all shapes and sizes. We need more oleochemicals very badly. We need more blood very badly. That's just, we need more death. There's no other way to put it. So tomorrow, copy paste as much as it takes. Probably, maybe even twice more. There's solving a problem, and then there's solving the problem, you know? So let's just do that. We also need more Petri dishes tomorrow. And aside from that, I think I didn't pay attention. Oh, I reworked mushrooms. Mushrooms were an issue. Now sulfuric isn't an issue anymore, but there's many other things that are issues. But we'll see. Anyway, I'm done for right now. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Bye-bye-bye.